Bimpe realized these rock figures were not ordinary people, but they were demonic beings. Horrified, she blunted out, "Jesus! Musa, is this how you get your money?" Once upon a time, in a small village called Ariwa, Musa was known as the richest man in his village. He lived in a grand house with many rooms and a large compound filled with expensive cars. His workers did everything for him, cooking his meals, washing his clothes and cleaning his house. But there was one room in Musa's house that was different from all the others. It was a small mysterious room at the back of the house. Musa never let anyone go near it. He told his workers, "No one is allowed to enter this room. I will clean it myself." The workers found it strange. Why would a rich man like Musa want to clean one room by himself? They wondered if the room was special in some way. Maybe it was a prayer room or a place where he kept valuable things. They didn't question him, thinking it was just one of his quirks. Musa loved to show off his wealth. He would often go to parties and clubs, spending money and making everyone excited and amazed. But even though he had so much money, he never helped anyone in need. No matter how desperate someone looked, Musa would not lend them money or offer any assistance. He only spent money on himself, fancy dinners and expensive parties. His workers saw him eat from golden plates and living a life of luxury. They admired his wealth but couldn't help but be curious about the forbidden room. The more they saw how Musa acted, the more they wondered what he was hiding. Why was he so secretive about that room? What was so important or strange about it that he didn't want anyone else to see? The room became a topic of gossip among the workers. They shared their theories. Some thought it might be full of gold and jewelries. Others guessed it might be a place where Musa did something mysterious. The curiosity grew and the workers began to feel unease about the room. They knew they had to respect Musa's wishes, but they couldn't stop wondering what was behind that locked door. Little did they know, this curiosity would lead to a series of events that would reveal a dark and shocking truth about their master Musa. Every week, Musa hosted grand parties and visited luxurious clubs in the village. His presence always marked by the lavish display of money. He would throw bills around, making it rain on anyone in the vanity, and everyone would cheer and praise him. Despite his public generosity, Musa was very stingy. No matter how tough someone's situation was, he would never lend them money or offer any help. Some villagers come to him with pleas, hoping he might spare a little of his fortune. They would tell stories of their hardship, but Musa would turn them away with a cold heart. He would say, "It is not my problem if you don't have money. I worked hard for my money and you should do the same." This attitude earned him a reputation for being unkind and indifferent to the struggles of others. His workers, who were the only one he ever paid, saw this side of him every day. They worked hard, cleaned his home, preparing his meals and taking care of everything he needed. Yet, they could never understand why someone so rich would be unwilling to help others. They noticed that while he spent money freely at the club and party, he never shared his wealth with those who truly needs it. One day, two of his workers were having a conversation. Ajayi asked, "Have you ever wondered how Musa got all his money? All we see him do is go to clubs. We never see him work or go to an office. Where does his wealth come from?" Another worker coolly replied, "You are right, oh, I have never seen his parents or heard anything about his family. If his wealth was inherited, we would have heard about his family riches." This conversation sparked more curiosity and suspicion among the workers. They began to question whether Musa's wealth was genuinely earned, or if there was something more sinister behind it. The more they talked, the more they began to worry. They saw how Musa never helped anyone and always kept the room locked and secret. Rumors spread through the village. Some said Musa was involved in illegal activities, hiding something dangerous in that room. Others thought he might be involved in some dark magic or ritual. The workers themselves began to feel unease, wondering if they were safe working for someone with such a secret. The forbidden room was the center of many conversations. Among the workers, everyone had their own theories, but no one knew the truth. Musa was strict about the room. He made it clear that no one was allowed near it. He would say, "This room is for me and me alone. I don't want anyone touching or looking inside." His strict rules were meant to keep the room contents hidden, but they only made the room more intriguing. Bimpe, one of his workers, was especially curious. She was dedicated to her job and wanted to show her loyalty to Musa. One day, she decided to help him by cleaning the forbidden room, thinking it was unfair for him to do it alone. When she was done working for the day, Bimpe approached the door. She knew she was breaking the rules, but her curiosity got the better of her. She reached for the doorknob, determined to do what she believed was a good deed. Just as she was about to open the door, Musa appeared looking angry. "Bimpe, what are you doing?" he shouted. "Didn't I tell you never to go near this room?" Bimpe, startled and scared, quickly stepped back. I am sorry, sir. I just wanted to help you," she said. Musa's face turned red with anger. "If you ever come near this room again, you will lose your job. Do you understand?" Bimpe nodded, feeling ashamed and frightened. She apologized again and left, feeling a mix of fear and frustration. The other workers who had seen the confrontation began to whisper among themselves. They were now even more curious about the room and wondered why Musa had reacted so strongly. What was in that room that made him so protective? The forbidden room became a symbol of secrets and hidden aspects of Musa's life. The workers were determined than ever to find out what was behind the locked door. The workers gathered in the kitchen one evening, their voices low with curiosity. "Have you heard what happened with Bimpe?" Ajayi asked, stirring a pot of stew. She tried to clean the forbidden room, and Musa caught her. He was very angry with her." "Really?" "Yes, I heard," replied Kunle, who was busy chopping vegetables. "I don't understand why he's so protective of that room. It must be hiding something really important." Another worker, Amina, chimed in. "Some people say Musa is involved in illegal activities. Maybe he kept weapons there, who knows, or stolen goods." The workers nodded in agreement. "Or it could be something even worse," said Amina. "I have heard rumors. He might be practicing juju. Not be my mouth you hear, but that is what I heard. He's a ritualist." The village had old stories about people who made deals with supernatural beings for wealth and power. The thought that Musa might be involved in such practice was unsettling. As the workers discussed, the conversation turned to Musa's unusual behavior. "Have you noticed how he never helped anyone?" Ajayi said. "No matter how desperate someone is, he never gives them money or support, but he will go to the club and spend as if he plucked his money from tree." Kunle agreed. Yes. It makes sense now. Maybe he's hiding something so terrible that he doesn't want anyone to know." The whispers of the secret spread through the workers and even reached some of the villagers. People in the village began to talk about Musa and the forbidden room. The rumors grew more dramatic with each telling. Meanwhile, Bimpe couldn't shake her curiosity about the forbidden room. After confronting Musa, her resolve to discover its secrets only intensified. She was determined to find out what was hidden inside. As she went about her duties, Bimpe's mind drifted back to the locked door, the secrecy around it, and Musa's reaction. It fueled her desire to know more. She began observing him closely, noting how every night around 11 p.m., he would quietly approach the forbidden room with a small key in his hand. He would be in there till 4 a.m. One night, Bimpe decided it was time to act. Watching from a hidden spot, she saw as Musa cautiously unlocked the door. When she was certain he was gone, she approached the door, turned the handle slowly and slipped inside. Inside, the room was scary. Her heart pounded as she took in the scene. The room was filled with symbols and dark-robed figures, handing out money to people who looked entranced. Bimpe realized these robed figures were not ordinary people, but they were demonic beings. Horrified, she blunted out, "Jesus! Musa, is this how you get your money?" Her voice echoed. Immediately, the figures turned looking at her, their eyes glowing. In an instant, the scene dissolved, leaving her back in the house with the forbidden room, and all of Malam Musa's wealth vanished. She stood stunned, surrounded by emptiness. Musa, his possession, and the grand house had disappeared without a trace. Outside, the villagers gathered, confused by the sudden disappearance. "Where is the house? Where are the cars?" they demanded. Bimpe stepped forward, her voice trembling as she explained. Musa was hiding something terrible. "I saw it all." The villagers listened in shock as she described the dark ritual she witnessed. "He sacrificed his family for wealth," she continued, "and each night he collected monies from demons. Whenever he sprayed those monies in parties, he took the destinies of people picking the money." The crowd grew angry, feeling betrayed by someone they trusted. Soon, Musa appeared, desperate and pleading, "Please, Kai, Mona, forgive me. I made a terrible mistake out of greed and poverty." But the villagers showed no mercy. They dragged him to the edge of the village, to a feared forest, where those who committed grave offenses were sent, never to return again. Abandoned and vulnerable, Musa vanished into the darkness. The moral of this story: learn to be contented with whatever you have, no matter how little it is. Never envy people's wealth. You don't know what they went to make that money. Be mindful of money you pick in an open event, especially the club. Some are not clean. Some people are there to perform their rituals. And you will pick the money, thinking you've made money, but in the end, you exchanged something valuable in your life. Lastly, learn to respect people's boundary. Bimpe might go scot-free, but that doesn't mean you yourself would be free if you were in that situation. She was asked not to enter the room, but she defaulted the rules and entered the room. Imagine if something happened to her. It would have been a lesson to other workers. That is why you need to respect people's rules and don't try to default it. In the end, the story of Musa's forbidden room became a powerful lesson in the village, warning of the dangers of greed and the consequences of dealing with dark forces. This is the end of our story, and I would like to hear your thoughts in the comment section about this story. Thank you for your support on my previous stories. And if you enjoy this particular story, please hit the like button, subscribe, share this story to your family and loved ones. See you in the next story. Bye.